Welcome to episode 3 of Talks of Terror. I am Kyla,
And I am Trinity.
and we have something cool to talk about.
We
right
do.
now. Something
Right now.
Someone here is very passionate about.
I'm very passionate about a little thing coming to Orlando, Florida called Epic Universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very passionate.
Very passionate about that.
Very
Okay.
much so.
So, yes, we will be talking about basically the difference in quality of animatronics that we have seen both at Universal and Disneyland.
Disney,
because I
yeah.
feel like those are the biggest competitors within each other in that world.
I think theme park wise,
Mm-hmm.
two biggest competitors just because they both hold rights to so many franchises that are huge.
Yeah.
So I think right now, because like obviously like Orlando has been big with like Harry Potter and having the other rides and stuff like that, but I think Epic is bringing whole new styles and like technology to the table that I don't think Disney is
Mhm.
ready for, and they haven't been ready for.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a little fun discussion because it's gonna be fun seeing the differences between the two.
No, yeah, let's get right into it. What
Yeah.
has been as of lately? I know it's been How to Train Your Dragon. It's
Yeah.
been like probably the most recent thing that was like
Yes.
introduced to people, seeing like, oh, this is what Toothless looks like or is gonna look like
Yes.
when you can see him in real life,
Yeah.
and how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else has been released as far as like, I know, like you said, Dark Universe, but
Dark Universe, those are the two major ones right now. So far, they have been able to go on the Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic ride, or even just like Super Mario. So far, from what aerial footage has showed and just from updates, it looks like the two that they're able to go into right now is How to Train Your Dragon and Dark Universe. I think those are the two most set up lands right now.
is I thought Mario Land, Super Mario Land,
Yes.
was wasn't that released already? Like they've already had it. And
So
now are they
Japan
adding
has had it.
on? Okay.
Japan has had it, and we have it.
Mhm.
We don't have as much as Japan. Universal
Figures.
Figures, of course not. You see how tiny our little Universal Studios is.
Yeah.
But essentially, Japan has 3 rides because they have the Donkey Kong land, and then they have that's a roller coaster. So they have that main roller coaster, and then they have Yoshi's Adventure, and then they have the Mario Kart Challenge.
Ooh, Yoshi's Adventure.
Yeah. It's just a cute little one. It's definitely more towards kids. Like you kind of sit, and then it just kind of pulls you along. But it's like you're elevated, so it's like you view the whole park.
That's so fun.
So Orlando's getting all of that.
okay.
So they're building essentially 2 parks in like one little land area because they're doing the Mario Kart Challenge, they're doing Yoshi, and they're doing Donkey Kong.
yeah,
so
Donkey
they're
Kong's
doing
gonna be
all of it.
So cool. I want to see that.
I will show you photos. We'll post photos up here for people to see. But they've been testing a lot. There's a lot of nighttime lights that are happening for the ride. All the water's already been like running for like a good while now, probably like a month or so, I want to say. So they've been testing that, literally building everything. Already confirmed that they're doing a Donkey Kong meet and greet in there, you know.
So cool.
So, and they're doing the band, the Power Up band. They're doing Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's going to be fun. But so far, from what I've seen, nobody has posted, or maybe if they have been able to go into the land, they're not allowed to post photos quite yet. But I think that one and Harry Potter are still finishing up. I think Dark Universe and How to Train Your Dragon are the ones that are the closest to being done, with just like small tweaks being made here and there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, everybody right now has been posting on TikTok, mostly How to Train Your Dragon, a lot of How to Train Your Dragon, just because they have announced the Toothless and Hiccup meet and greet with the Toothless animatronic. And then they also did Astrid and her dragon. I forgot the dragon's name. I feel so bad.
It's
but
okay. It's okay.
it's like a person. You could kind of tell in the suit, moving the mouth and the eyes. But it's just so cool.
It
And
just looks so cool.
The
And I feel
amount
like
of detail is crazy.
yeah. So How to Train Your Dragon, let's say, when did it come out?
Oh god, so long
I
ago.
know, it's like, when did it come out? It had to have been when we were kids, right?
It was, yeah.
Right. So if that's true, it's like, okay, we're adults now. So it's almost like, especially with like Dark Universe being a thing that is just in fusion, like it's not made for kids. It's
No.
made for like adults.
Yes.
And that's what I love
Very
about
much so.
Universal, because I feel like they make
yeah.
their stuff more towards like teenagers, more adult. And if you're like a ballsy ass kid, you're going to get on Jurassic World and it's going to be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same premise. When you watch the video clip, and for those of you who just haven't seen it, when they talk about the animatronics and they first showcase them, they talk about how it's going to be scary, and that's what they want. Because Universal
Yeah.
Monsters,
Yeah.
that's scary. It's not a,
We're not going
toned
to
down for your
it.
child.
Exactly. We're not going to change it to morph it into something that's
Yeah.
more kid friendly for your kids. Like,
Yeah.
dude, this is Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Like, this is Frankenstein.
exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Exactly. And that was what makes me excited for that land. It's just the fact of going in there and knowing that they could make this ride the scariest thing possible. And I'm just stuck to a little moving arm,
Yeah.
nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that was their whole point. And
Yeah.
that's what makes me so excited, because it's like, I feel like they're the only one to really make a land like that, where they're like, yeah, this is what pretty much built Universal's career, is Universal Monsters. Like,
Exactly.
Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, like Lon Chaney, like they are
Pop
the main
off.
three.
Pop off. Keep going.
Pop off. But it's like they are the main three. So it's like, even though I know they're technically different versions of their characters, it's like to have a land just based on that is already insane.
It's just cool.
And it touches
It's
my
exactly what people want.
Yes. Yes. And like, it touches my heart, because it's like, I grew up with Universal Monsters, and never did I think I would get a land just dedicated to them.
Dude.
But here we are,
Here
2
we
months
are.
away
Here we are.
from Universal Monsters Unchained being Frankenstein's manor. Who was going to tell me?
Who? Okay, so what are the big, at least like that we've seen, because I know you sent me a TikTok about it,
I
of
did.
all of the finished animatronics that they
Yes.
have right now.
Yes.
And those are.
Frankenstein's monster,
Got you.
Dracula,
Mhm.
Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. So far, those are the main 4 that they posted. The other confirmed ones right now is that they will be doing Bride of Frankenstein. They will be doing the Brides of Dracula. Yes.
Rides.
Brides.
Ah,
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be getting those. In total, there's going to be 14. So they haven't fully announced the whole list. I do think Invisible Man's going to be a part of it, because they did announce who you could do a meet and greet with. And right now the meet and greet is with Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster, Igor, Invisible Man. And Invisible Man looks like classic Invisible Man. Like, he's wrapped up. He has the robe. He has the glasses and the fedora.
Yeah.
So I have a good feeling he's probably going to be an animatronic in there. Honestly, I really would like... I do think they did confirm that Phantom of the Opera
What?
is going to be animatronic.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do
that's
remember
so
that.
cool.
So I want to see that, and I would really like it if they did Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, look at you knowing all of this.
Listen, this
Yeah.
is my listen, I was not a Barbie girl. Like, I literally was a Monster High girl. Like, Universal Monsters is my thing.
It's your thing. And it makes me so happy for you, because I know that you're going to cry, probably.
yeah, I
You're
will.
going to love it. You're going to love it. So as far as rides go,
Yes.
there's the Frankenstein Manor, right?
Yeah.
Is there another one that's being released?
Yes.
And where are all these animatronics going?
So all the animatronics are in the Universal Monsters Unchained, which is in Frankenstein's Manor. So
Okay.
every single one of those animatronics is just in that one. I do think,
Dude.
I do think there's going to be another Wolfman animatronic outside of that ride, but for his ride, because there is a Wolfman ride.
There's going to be...
And so I don't know
Okay.
if you've seen how the carts turn for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Florida.
No, actually.
Okay,
Because that's a
so-
coaster, right?
It's a coaster.
Okay.
Same with Wolfman. Wolfman's a
Okay.
coaster. But the coaster, the seats spin.
Oh
So
my
this
God,
is called
I
The Curse
love
of the
that.
Werewolf.
Okay.
Or Wolfman or whatever.
Okay.
But from sketch art, there's a spot where you go through kind of like a wooden frame, and it looks like he's like lunging out at you, which is one of the animatronic things that, or like video clips we did get of the Wolfman, was where he's leaning over and he's like snarling and he's like
Yeah.
going to scratch you.
Okay.
So it could either be A for that one, or it could be there's 2 different versions of the Wolfman, one for his ride and then one for Universal Monsters Unchained. Not 100% sure, but people have been able to ride both of them so far. Yeah.
Have you heard different opinions about both, or are they both just good reviews? Excellent.
Good reviews. I've heard more of Unchained than I have of The Curse of the Werewolf.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like that one's just it's a coaster, it spins. Not so much revolving that, but Monsters Unchained, or people are like, I'm still speechless, and it's been a week since I've ridden it.
Dude, that's what it's supposed to be about.
And
man.
that exactly. Yeah. And so it's like, I can't even imagine what it must have been like, because like, imagine this, like you're on like an arm mechanic thing, it's holding you and 3 other people, and you got a 9-foot tall Frankenstein's monster walking towards you.
Dude,
it's like,
I'm so excited. I know you're more excited,
tall.
but like, oh my god, like this is something that like, come on, like how are you not a fan of it? How are you not a fan of any of it? And now it's just a thing now. It's just alive, and it's in your face, and it's there for hopefully ever.
Oh, it's got to be. Well, I think they're already making plans to actually expand Epic, because they have a plot of land that's behind Frankenstein's Manor that is marked off as expansion for Dark Universe.
Okay.
But I don't know what they would actually use it for like a ride. I thought it would be cool if they did a water ride that was Creature for the Black Lagoon.
Oh my god, dude!
Because
work for them. Work for them. She's giving you what you need. You know what though? Someone's probably came up with that idea. Like it's common sense. Like why would you not?
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if, because the Black Lagoon, he's in him. He's in the Unchained, right?
Yes.
So what if he's in like somehow a water sequence? Somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're going through, because it looks like he's swimming up towards you. So it's like it could be angling you down, and he's like reaching up to try to get you, type of thing. But yeah, I thought that would be a cool water ride. Doing Creature from the Black Lagoon. Don't really think they're gonna do Mummy, just because they have Revenge of the Mummy over in Universal Orlando. That's based on Brendan Fraser's Mummy.
Yeah.
Technically, if they did do something Mummy related, it would be based on Tom Cruise, because that's what this universe is supposed to be centered around. Was like, if they built off of Tom Cruise's Mummy, these would be how the characters would look following said film.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
So I don't think they do anything like that. Honestly, I don't think they did Dracula ride, but I could see them maybe doing a cool thing with like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like you're going in and you're getting experimented on, and you're turning into a Hyde.
That would be so
like, that would be a cool little segment. Even if they built Phantom of the Opera water ride.
Dude. Okay, so which would make too much sense. But
exactly.
has there been any like release can you see like a picture of like the overview of like where everything's going to be laid out, or if they not? Okay. So is there dining?
Yes.
Okay.
So
is there
they
a
actually
Dracula
have a few.
bar?
Technically, yes.
Cool.
So there's a few different ones in there. Few different ones. One, there's the Burning Blade Tavern. So the windmill from Frankenstein the film that lights on fire. They have a windmill that they're lighting on fire every 10 minutes, I think they said, during the day and at nighttime.
What the fuck?
Lights on fire, completely lights on fire.
Dude, you have to be like a fan. Like you're doing it so right.
So right. And so underneath that, it is like a quick service area type bar kind of service. That's going to be where you meet monster hunters. So they are going to have just kind of random character meet and greets of people who are like perceived monster hunters. So they could like go up to you and they could be like, have you seen this like monster here, or like whatever. They're going to interact with you in that way. They also have like a pickup window, so it's like you can mobile order it and then pick up your food or your drink that you want and then like leave. The other one, which is so funny to me, it's called Doss Steakhouse.
Okay.
You could order a burger with a steak in it.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, you can get a little burger and you got a little wooden steak in the middle of it. Like, yeah, immerse me in this.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But yeah, those are a couple. They have a gift shop, if I do remember, and they have, and it is aimed towards adults, but makeup, like a makeup area.
Oh, wait.
Face painting.
Okay, yeah.
But it's basically a monster makeover. So it's like you could get the stitches and like do all of that. And they have shown, because technically it's not aerial footage that Universal's releasing. It's someone called BioReconstruct on Twitter. They're releasing the images. But they have caught photos of some of the employees wearing like lab coats. So it's like they're transforming you into the monster and they're going to paint your face. And I was like, I don't care if I'm 22 years old. I'm getting my face painted to look like a monster when I go.
Why? I would do it at any age, dude. But oh my god, yeah, this makes me want to move to Florida.
Yeah, me too.
I get it. It really does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as that goes, the
Yes.
other biggest thing that's happening is the How to Train Your Dragon land as well, besides Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, and
Correct.
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon is the one with the most photo releases so far. Not so much about the rides itself, but more the meet and greets.
Okay.
Because they have 3 rides. They do have a water boat ride. Then they have one where it's like, it is a roller coaster. It's called like Hiccups, like Gliders or something like that, which does have an animatronic Toothless in it as well that you go by.
Cute.
But it's one that it's a complete roller coaster, you know, full thing. And then they have one kind of looks like a carnival ride, I will say. Don't remember what it's called, but it's kind of like spins you a little bit and you're like sitting there and it looks like you have like wings because it's supposed to be like a dragon type of thing.
I feel like they just put so much detail into what they do. Like nothing
Yes.
is just cookie cutter. It's not.
No.
It's like this is, and they're also pumping stuff out. And I know that the laws are different, especially when it comes to like construction and what we're passing and what can get built.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to do that in California.
Yeah.
Especially we don't have land here
True.
anywhere.
Yeah,
To all my
true.
California residents, like we do, but it's not in LA. It's
Yeah.
not in Anaheim. It's not anywhere that these big places are being built. And so it's hard to like expand something because it takes a
Yeah.
long time. It's either somehow a neighborhood is getting a little bit pushed back or
Yeah.
there's old buildings that are getting like, okay, demolished.
Yeah, exactly.
We can expand. Right now there's no room to expand. Like
Not really,
anywhere.
no.
Like maybe at Universal, but like that's even difficult because Universal's on a hill.
Well, it's not even that. They've been trying to expand, but they've been trying to buy part of the golf course that's connected, but the owners of it are telling them no, which they're Debbie Downers because you know what great things Universal could do instead of a Fast and Furious roller coaster.
Yeah.
We could have had so much more. We could have had Hagrid's,
Yeah.
but no, we got stuck with Fantastic.
Yeah.
I keep calling it Fantastic. It's not. But
It's okay. I understand where your mind is.
Yeah,
I
my
understand what we're
mind's- my
talking
mind is
about. Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
it's there. But
No, but yeah, it's like they have so much room to expand. They have a
Yes.
lot of leeway to do things. I
Yeah.
think the arm idea is just as cool as like the magnetized rides.
yes,
Like with
Well,
Remy,
100%.
Remy.
it gives them a lot of leeway, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because it's like they could turn you however you want. Like you could go upside down. Like you could, flip
Do you
side
really
to
go
side.
upside down on the Harry Potter one?
Yeah. No. You do. It's only for a quick second though. It's like it's more
Wait,
so like
when? When do you get turned upside down? Is it in the spider?
no.
Okay.
It's the Whomping Willow because the arm's like
Oh,
moving towards you, and
yeah.
so it's like when you're trying to like duck out of the way, it's like it kind of flips you upside down for a quick second, but it's literally just
like
to
that.
pass.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know how if they do that on like Monsters Unchained, obviously because I haven't been on it. I will know once I get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the arm mechanic, I feel like especially for a Universal one is so great because it's like you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
It's going to be dark. So you can't tell what's going to be in your face. Like you could literally have like a Bride of Dracula pop out with fangs and all and like in your face and you might not see it.
I know. Are people saying that it's scary in a good way?
Some people are. Some
Yeah.
people are saying it's very thrilling, very scary. Other people are just like who are like really like fans like me of Universal Monsters are just like I hold such a high appreciation for it because of like the animatronics because so far no one has said oh an animatronic has stopped working. So far all of them
Yeah.
are running so smoothly, but when you know how much money they invested into these animatronics I can see why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Could totally see
100%.
why. Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's just they think they're doing a great job and I don't besides those two I think those two have the animatronics. Not sure about Harry Potter, not sure about I don't think Super Mario really has animatronics at all. I think they have characters that move but it's not like full-fledged like full movement like moving the arms doing
Yeah.
stuff like that like moving the face.
Yeah.
But I mean those are getting exciting updates too.
Does King Boo exist anywhere? Like
I think
in
you
any
could-
of these lands? Or are they steering away from that? Because a King Boo ride would slap.
I don't think they don't have a King Boo ride. I think you can see King Boo in the Mario Kart challenge because he's
Yeah.
like one of the characters you could go up against when you're like doing that whole thing. But no, I know he has like merch, so it's like they have merch for like Boo and stuff like that, but it's just not really like obviously as much as like Mario and Luigi.
We need Luigi's Mansion.
That would be sick.
Luigi's Mansion.
That would be
as
sick.
a hotel.
You know what I thought of as a hotel?
What?
Which I do think you should do Universal. Credit me. So I think the check-in area should be the like entrance of like Hogwarts, and I think the food area should be the dining hall, and I think they should have 4 towers, and I think each of them should correlate to a house. So one's gonna be Gryffindor, one's gonna be Slytherin. It's all gonna be themed, and I think the pool area should be the Black Lake.
T. Because this is exactly what reels people in. Because who wouldn't want that?
Who wouldn't want to stay at a Harry Potter hotel while going to Diagon Alley the next day? Like, you're joking.
You're joking. Oh,
and like eating the dining hall, like, you know, the Great Hall, and like think about it. It's like when it's Halloween, just like the films, they could have pumpkins hanging from the ceiling that light up, and they could do all of that.
Yeah, the amount of people that would stay there would be insane.
It would be insane. It makes me wonder if they would ever consider doing it, because the thing is they did build a hotel that's directly connected to Epic Universe. It's called Helios. But it's kind of like Grand California in a way, where it's like you have your own entrance to like into Epic Universe, and so but it's more like celestial, like, you know, like gods and goddesses and stuff like that, like not so much
themed or tied to anything. Exactly.
It's tied to the middle of the park because that's Celestial Park. So it's like just kind of like that middle going up to the hotels all connected, but it's not really connected because what they call the entrance to the other lands, they're called portals. So it's like you're walking through a portal.
Doctor Strange, right.
Yeah, pretty much in a way. It's like you go through a portal, you're now into this new land. Like that's how you are like immersed into it. And so like they really do well with like building it. Like they have things that are on top of the portals and doing all of that. But yeah, it really they like made the hotel very centered towards Celestial Park,
which makes sense. At least they're still like on theme in a way. Like it makes
exactly.
I feel like the California Grand is tied to its just
like
grizzly nature, and I do appreciate that. I love the California Grand.
Yeah,
but yeah, they should make that hotel because that would be crazy.
It would be crazy.
It would be insane.
I think it would be really cool.
Yeah.
I do think
it's just cool. Like at the end of the day, everything that they're doing is just so sick. And it makes you feel like you said, like you grew up with it, Universal Monsters. I didn't.
Yeah.
I am not like, but it's not like I don't like them. I prefer that. But to have a land that is now like, these are big ass characters. Hello. They're before Disney.
Yes.
They're before Disney. So like, why are we
especially with like the level of the animatronics too, because it's like, yeah, cartoon animatronics are cute, like they can blink and do stuff like that. I'm sorry, you have a 9-foot walking Frankenstein's monster that shields himself from, obviously it's going to be fire because I know those hand movements. What do you mean? You're telling me Wolfman's going to be swiping down at me, and like you have like the Yeti and like Expedition Everest breaking down all the time? Like what are you talking about? Just give it to me.
What are you talking about?
Give it to me now. And like even with like Harry Potter, like I know like you haven't watched like, or like you've watched the films, but like, you know, I'm also the big fan of Harry Potter in this duo.
Yeah.
But essentially for that land, it's 1920s France. That's from Fantastic Beasts. But then you take the Floo Powder Network into the Ministry of Magic. They're building the whole entire Ministry of Magic as the Q.
Wait, that's actually insane.
Yeah, doing the whole thing. You see the offices on the side. It's all tile. They're gonna have like that thing up there where it's like showing Umbridge's face because she's getting tried, and that's what you're there for, is because she's on trial.
Yeah.
And I think it's from the artwork it showed, it's like they will split you into 3 different fireplaces to walk through and do the Floo powder.
Okay.
And go into the Ministry of Magic.
It's just so cool. Like when I was a kid, Diagon Alley, like literally the dirt, the dirt is literally, because that's, I don't know, when you're a kid you like grow up, you're like, oh, textures and things I'm learning. It's like them holding the magic dirt or whatever, and it's not even magic dirt, but it kind
Floo
of
powder.
is. Yeah, Floo powder. But That's just so cool. Like, that's
Yeah.
what we grew up with. That's what I want
And
to
that's
see.
basically what we're you're doing is
Don't
you're
give
walking through
me-
and like
yeah.
they literally said that they were going to do it where it looked like the fire was kind of like engulfing you, and then the next thing you know you're entering and you're going into the Ministry of Magic.
It's just,
Which I was like,
that's exactly what you need to be
What?
doing.
Yeah.
Don't give me some stupid ass side story that doesn't exist. Like, trying to, like, I don't know. I guess that's going on to the Tiana thing that we could rant about for a second. But don't give me anything that I can't relate to. I have
Yeah.
no idea what this is.
yeah.
Like, don't give me, like, Harry Potter, but he's 50. I
Yeah.
don't know. And, like, this is a side story that we're branching off on because we don't want to make a movie or
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, just give me what I grew up with.
And this is kind of like a side story, but it ties directly into like after Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
And which I think this is also so cool of them is they got the actual actress who plays Umbridge to come back. She filmed brand new scenes. She dressed up as
Aw,
Umbridge, did the
okay.
whole entire thing. But essentially she's going on trial because she got arrested because Voldemort's now gone
yeah.
and she's trying to break out. And
Yeah,
she's trying to
team.
get the Death Eaters back together. So the image that they had released was her like standing in front of a green screen with like 2 Death Eaters behind her and her in her pink outfit.
Slave.
And I was like, what?
What? Yeah. That's
I was like,
crazy.
you got her back?
Mhm.
And I think I was just like, even though I hate Umbridge with like my whole entire heart, it's like knowing the fact that she was like, yeah, I'll come back to do this. And the fact that they were like, we won't do it unless like we get her back to like do these lines is why I think shows like dedication.
It's not gonna be AI. It's not gonna be fake. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be. It's gonna be real.
Yeah,
Universal keeps it real, man.
they do. They
do.
really do. Everything they're
Also,
doing
like,
is insane.
oh my God, I never wrote it, and I don't think they have it anymore. But like, even making Jaws like its own little land for a second, huh?
They don't have a ride out here anymore. They do in Japan. Japan has a whole
Yeah.
entire ride. They have a whole entire Amityville. You can eat in
Yeah,
Amityville,
yeah.
a whole restaurant.
Yeah.
We just
That's
have
so
that
scary.
studio tour
Yeah.
where it's like
No, no,
Jaws
no,
still
yeah.
pops up and you're still technically on Amityville.
Yeah, but like, I think in Orlando they did have the ride for a
They
little
used
bit,
to.
and then they stopped. But
Yeah.
even that is insane because
I know.
that's one of the biggest Universal movies ever.
Yeah.
That's come on, Steven
And it's
Spielberg. That's
terrifying.
who produced it, right?
It's,
and it's
I don't want a shark popping out at me.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I got the subnoctophobia, bro. I got that. I don't like man-made shit underwater. Don't
Yeah.
show me a picture of the Titanic because I can't. But that ride, like, it's made to scare you. It's
Yeah.
made to. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not scary.
Yeah.
Dude, do they have? Wait, where do they have an ET thing? Don't they?
It's Orlando. I went on it.
Oh my
it's so
God.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also side branch from that. The immersion in that though is
Mm-hmm.
great. ET animatronics, kind of in the same similar built fashion of Peter Pan,
Okay.
but instead of obviously being in like a boat, there's 12 people you ride with in one thing, but each of you sit on your own bike.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's like you're flying like with him and you're going through this thing. And even though it's really slow and it's like obviously like made to be more family friendly,
Yeah.
it's such a cute concept. And even with like the age of the ride, because it's like been around for years,
Yeah. I
it's
would
like-
assume that's one of the first ones I would make.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like just the quality of like the animatronics and the quality of everything they had there was just, it was insane. And they had a Men in Black ride.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
that
yeah.
one was so cool because kind of like Buzz Lightyear in a way, where it's like you have a little gun and you're shooting the monsters, but it was like, again, the immersion and like what they thought about, you know, building that. You're literally up above it, but you can see all their desks. Like they built the whole entire desk area with the big TV. You literally walk by the showcase of weapons that they have, and including the little,
Yeah.
you know, clicker.
Yeah.
And when you're on the ride, it's like, yeah, you literally just shoot any monster that pops up because you're now technically a part of the Men in Black. And it's like,
It's
that's
we
what
grew
I
up with.
want.
It's
that's what
we-
I want.
Yeah, it's what we grew up with, dude, and
Yeah.
they're doing it, and they're not gonna stop. Like they're
No.
gonna keep going. Like this
Oh, they
is
are.
insane.
Because like, and like, it's crazy because honestly, this is like Universal's year. They got Epic Universe in May. They have Horrors Unleashed in Las Vegas in July, I believe it starts. And then they're also building a kid park in Texas.
Wow,
Yeah.
kid park.
Yeah, it's like pretty much you could take your younger kids there. So it's like specifically made for them. So I think it's going to be like Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
just going to be in Texas.
They're like, you know what? Let's put all that kid stuff over there.
That was basically what they're saying.
I can't do it here. We got too much stuff going on. Don't do it over there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see why. I see it. God, I'm so excited.
It's just crazy, like, especially when you delve into, like, the difference between the two. It's like Disney took 5 years on Tron. Epic Universe is a whole entire park, and it took 7 years. Wow. And I know people are going to be like, oh, COVID. Okay, same thing happened with Epic Universe. They got affected by COVID, and it still only took them 2 additional years to build a whole theme park compared to one ride.
And it probably looks good.
Yeah.
Like, it looks good. Bet. It's not cookie cutter. Like, I want it to feel like I'm not in real life.
And what's crazy, too, is we can either input, like, a small little video clip, and, like, I can show you later.
Yeah.
One of the rides they have in Celestial Park is Stardust Racers. So at night, you can't see where the actual people are, but the bottom of the cart is completely lit up, so it looks like stars are just moving through the sky. So cool. And they've made it, and I think they said it's like 40 million lights are gonna, or was it lights or music? 40 different something was gonna be throughout the park the whole entire time, like from open to close. And they recently did a test with all of the lights in the park connecting with one another, and they were all in sync.
Yeah.
The whole entire time, not one was offbeat. And it's like, you have that, and then I forgot to
program that.
Yeah, program that. Forgot to mention too, they have flying dragons for How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. And it's like what?
It's like normal things like you and I would think about, like, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? It's not even about like, why don't they do this or why don't they do that? It's more like, you can.
Yeah.
You can, and you are.
You are. Whereas like you look at Disney and it's like, you can, but you won't.
And you won't.
Because you're just doing and I started thinking about this, and it was starting to make me a little bit mad. I was like, out of all the rides they announced at D23, 4 of them, I think, were not water rides, and the rest of them were. And I was like, why are there so many water rides?
Seems like a cop-out.
Our Avatar one that we're getting out here, Way of the Water, which Way of the Water in a way makes sense, but it's another water ride. It's going to be exactly like the one they have back there. Our Encanto is going to be a water ride. Coco, water ride.
Yeah.
And then the Thanos ride that we're getting is going to be exactly like Web Slingers. It's going to be the same cart style.
But why? Like, Web Slingers is cool, but like,
it's kind of boring.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's fun. I have a better time on Toy Story.
Yeah. And so it's going to be something like that, same cart. And then Iron Man's going to be that little arm mechanic, but I still don't fully understand that, because to me it doesn't give the simulation of flight in an Iron Man suit.
I don't even think they care. I don't even think they're doing it, because it's like, maybe it's something we don't know. Maybe it's, even though they have the money and they have all of this, maybe they just feel like, oh, the kids aren't going to go on it. Like, Disneyland is technically for children.
But we're getting that in Avengers Campus. It's not even for kids at that point. It's for adults.
I guess you're right, but in a way, yeah, but they still like look up to Marvel like kids do. Like, you always see like a kid running around in a little Spider-Man suit. I think that that's cool, and I do think that Disney will always keep it just more towards children. They don't have to do like all of the crazy things. It's just like, put your kid on it. Yeah. Splash Mountain, even though it's controversial now, but was it true to its time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it maybe a little racist? Maybe, but I never like paid attention to that. Even when I was a kid, I don't think
anybody did.
No one even knew, until like cancel culture. Can I just be real? No one even really cared or knew until it was cancel culture. And so I was so about like, I love Splash Mountain, but then when they took it away, I was like, okay, what are they doing? Tiana, slay, because I love Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
But then to give me a whole ride of like you said, was supposed to be based off of a TV show that then got canceled. Why would it get canceled if you were making rides based off of it? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
There was no voodoo. There was no New Orleans feel at all.
No, and I think that's what disappointed me, was because when you look too at like some of the images they had put out, like they stopped calling Mama Odie like the queen of voodoo. Mm-hmm. And it was like, why would you stop that? Like, she is. Like, that's the whole premise of like the first film, was like, okay, you have Dr. Facilier, like he's doing bad voodoo. They're going to Mama Odie, who's like the good voodoo witch. That's the whole point.
It's the dark side, it's the light side. What's the difference?
Yeah. And it's like, I think the fact that they didn't do the ride after that is insane because they had such good music for it, number one. But number two, it's like there are so many opportunities to make it like the most cool water ride. Like Dr. Facilier is singing to you as you're going up the hill and you have all the shadows going beside you. Amazing. Could have been so good. And it's like, it makes me question because that new Haunted Mansion store was built. They got Ouija board in there. They got stuff about voodoo, tarot, everything. But you can't put it in a ride. It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense because, like, why did you release the movie?
Yeah.
Why did you release the movie and write it that way if, like,
you didn't
you're
like
not
it?
even going to stay true to it? Like, that is one of the best, if not, it's my favorite Disney film.
Yeah.
I love Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, Tiana's my favorite.
Oh, my God.
She's my favorite princess, and it's like, I love that story, and it's because it delved into that spooky side, and that's why it's like, I'm holding a greater appreciation for Universal because they're like, you want scary? We're not shying away from that. We will give you the Universal monsters that are scary. They're going to scare you.
Were they ever nice? Like, maybe, but it's
Frankenstein tried to be nice, and the girl rejected his flower. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the actual Frankenstein, like, the doctor was kind of rude, and, like, you know, he just acted out. Like, yeah.
Like, we're not going to change anyone's personality. We're not going to change how anyone looks. We're going to stay true to every single thing ever and then give it to you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I think Disney has an issue with that because, one, they changed Constance away from holding the hatchet to now holding a rose, which I don't understand. And there was rumors for a little bit. They haven't done it, and I will be very mad if they do, but they wanted to take away Master Gracie hanging in Haunted Mansion.
Which I'm surprised they haven't yet.
I mean, I'm surprised, but I will be mad if they do because the whole premise was like, he hung himself, now you're able to see all these ghosts.
God, no way. No, yeah, they totally still have that. And it's like, how have you not gotten rid of that yet? Because I think they know that Haunted Mansion is more tailored towards adults in a way that if they touch it,
it's just gonna make more people angry.
Yeah, you're ruining too many things. Stop doing it. It's God damn it.
Yeah, and I just feel like Disney has a lot of potential to do a lot of cute movies and turn them into cute rides, but the thing is like they need to stop doing repeats.
It's like, you know how popular Tiana's ride would be
if it was a little bit different,
if it was like the movie.
Oh,
if there was voodoo, if it was like anything like the movie,
it would be like, it would never be under 100 minutes.
Also, the animatronic in there doesn't even look like Tiana, and it pisses me off.
I know.
Like, she doesn't even look like her.
She just looks like the cartoon version that we won't get to see because you canceled the TV show.
She don't look like my baddie Tiana. She don't look like her. I don't know who that is. And it makes me sad because it's like, dude, like, I get it. The voices are the same. Like, I understand. Like, some of the characters are familiar.
Yeah.
But why does Prince Naveen look exactly like his character from the movie, but yet Tiana looks different?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know who this is. And I know it's supposed to be Tiana, but it's just like, where's her pretty ass blue dress? Like, where's her as a frog? Like, where is it? Why is it? I understand it's based off of a cartoon, but I don't think they should have ever done that. It's just like more of a money grab. Yeah. Like, you know, but you know how long the line would be if it was actually like voodoo and it was actually cool?
If it was exactly
it's
like
right next to Haunted Mansion. Like, you got,
it should have connected, especially because it's like, okay, both of them are in like kind of New Orleans because it's no longer Critter Country. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think if they just stuck to the storyline of the first one, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
But I think that was the issue. And I heard this, and I don't know if it's 100% true, but I guess it would kind of make sense if it was. But also the people who were like a part of the Imagineering team, or like the person who was the head of it and like designing, was kind of like, no, like, I want to do something different. Like, I don't want to just copy what the film had. Like, I want to, you know, kind of delve into that newish story. Mm-hmm. And it's not always good. When you do that.
No. If you can isn't always good.
No, like, if you can make it where it's a good story, like, if you could make it where it was like still tied into voodoo and doing that, I think it's just taking that away.
The
and
voodoo was
blatantly
the main
taking
part.
it away.
Like,
yeah.
The voodoo was the whole reason why I'm a frog. Like, it was the whole.
It's the whole point why Naveen turned into a frog. Whole point Tiana was. Whole point, you know. Like
the whole climax
there's
of
literally
we need to get rid
song.
Of the bad voodoo.
I got friends on the other side. What do you think that says?
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of it is to be spooky and have that like more of a creepy feel. And they had such a good area to do it with how Splash Mountain was set up. And I think they they had the opportunity. I just don't think they.
But also tell
took
me
it.
why every single other Disney princess's ride is based off of their movie.
Yeah.
Like every single one in the park
True.
is based off of their movie. Why was Tiana's changed? Like,
Yeah.
give me a Princess and the Frog Part 2. Don't give me a ride that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, of course it doesn't suck because, like, the inside and the mechanics, it's Splash Mountain.
It's still very pretty, but it's just the storyline. Like,
it's confusing.
you gave us a storyline that we don't understand, and then you gave us a TV show that was supposed to have us understand it, and then you just turn around and just said, no, we're not actually putting that out. And it's like, well, I kind of need that to understand why we all of a sudden, like, I get it. You need more insects to play music, so you shrunk us down, and then, you know,
But I didn't even understand what was going on. I was like, how did I get here? Because at least with, like, Splash Mountain, and this is just normal, like, storytelling. Like,
Yeah.
you knew that the fox was after the little rabbit, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
And you could see when it was happening, you could see, like, with the drop, like, oh my God, is he gonna die? Is he gonna escape?
Yeah.
And this one, it's just like, oh, you're a little bug. Oh, you're gonna drop now. Oh, now we're celebrating on a ship.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. None of it made any sense. None
Yeah.
of it makes any sense, and I don't like it.
I just think they had such potential with that. And I think, and which is like, this confuses me too, because Paris is getting a Lion King water ride. It's the blueprints so far are the exact same as Splash Mountain, like same top of the, you know, mountain, like whatever. But they're sticking to the first film. But like they didn't do it with Tiana's. And it was like, I don't understand why. I think it was like they just didn't want. And I didn't understand that either, because like they have the screens in there, so it's obviously like they were trying to fill in gaps. You could have used those screens to have the shadows following people.
Yeah, they had it all. They had vultures in that room
Yeah.
prior.
Yeah.
Like, scary.
If anything, if you wanted it to be
a
a side story, you could have been like before it was Naveen and Tiana, you know, or even if it was, before, it could have been just a Dr. Facilier ride, and it could have been, we got turned into a frog.
Yeah.
And now we have to go to Mama Odie and do
Which
that.
would have been fun for kids. Like, kids would
Yeah.
have loved that. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I hate it.
It's just like, it's
I hate it so
it's
much.
cute, but it's just like, I feel like there could have been much more potential with it.
It's cute. It's got the character, the story. It's nothing to do with the Princess and the Frog, like, franchise or
No.
anything. It's just like, the story just sucks, man. You took all of our nice, loved characters and gave us like something so unfamiliar. Plus the ride, it's bones itself. Like what you could have done with the voodoo. There's no voodoo in this ride.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah.
I have nothing more to say about that.
Yeah.
We
I
have
know.
been recording for a hot 42 minutes.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Let's you point out big things that you want to point out from this podcast, why they're important. Deliver your message. Epic Universe, go.
Okay. Epic Universe. Number 1, we're getting a whole entire land just dedicated to Universal Monsters. Already brilliant within itself. I don't need to say more about that. We're getting a Ministry of Magic ride. Don't need to say more about that either.
Right.
Getting Donkey Kong, getting the good Super Mario out here. Think that's going to be, again, brilliant. And then How to Train Your Dragon. Just think they're doing very well at bringing the cartoon. Sorry if you hear that noise in the
Sorry if you
background.
hear that noise back there. We don't know what that is.
Anyways, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. I think they're doing a great job at bringing the cartoon to life.
Mhm.
And I think so far everything they have is promising. And I think,
Promising. Good word.
yeah, and I think obviously we'll know more once the park officially opens in a couple months. But I do think right now Universal is putting a message out to Disney saying, like, you need to get your stuff together right now because we're about to knock you out of the park.
Mhm.
And I think, unfortunately, I know some people might disagree with me, but I think it's the truth. I think Universal, in more ways than one, is starting to step up with where their money's going, what they're investing in, what they're willing to build, and how much time they're willing to put into
Building
these.
for the people
And that's
that
exactly what
pay
it is.
to go there and want to see
Exactly.
these things.
And also building for what made them like a staple.
Exactly.
Like, they didn't need to do Universal Monsters, but they took the time to recognize these are films that put Universal on a standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, to give back to that in a way, it's like, obviously they know they have a fan base, but it's obviously not as big as something compared to like How to Train Your Dragon or Mario or even Harry Potter. So it's like, but they still were like, no, we have to put this in here. And I think that's the great thing, is because they're like, we acknowledge that these are what make us us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to give you every aspect you love, everything you want out of this. And we're going to put it into one theme park. And you're just going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. And I really do think it's sending a message to Disney, because it's like, you need to start getting your stuff together. Because, I mean, even look at Tiana's. Like, it took them, like, 2 years just to refurbish, because they didn't even have to build, just to refurbish a ride. And it's like, to see how much progress they're making on these within the span of, like, months.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, obviously, they've been building it for 7 years, but they had COVID to take away those years too. So it's like, you have to think about that too. It's like, that's crazy within itself, because really it's more like 5 years then, if you think about it.
Oh, when
5,
you think
6.
about it.
So it's like, I really do think they're giving Disney a run for their money right now, because I think they're showing them, this is how you properly invest in your money, and this is how you properly build up a theme park.
I wonder when it gets opened, how many people, and if it's going to sell out, and how many people are going to line up, or how that's going to look.
So far, all of May is sold out.
Nice.
And if I remember, I think pretty much most of June is sold out. And that's for single day tickets right now, because that's not including the package tickets. Every other month so far is open. They already have prices up. You could buy a package deal, which is like, you could do 3 days. 2 days of that are going to be a park hopper to the other 2 parks, and then 1 day at Epic Universe. But they also have single day tickets on sale now, so you could just buy, and they said there's no limit, so like, you could buy 5 days in a row of Epic Universe and go if you wanted to.
Freedom.
Yeah. And what's crazy is they're like the same exact prices of going to just Disneyland. Like, I think it said for like August or something like that, it was like $164. I was like, that's cheap. It really is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everything back there is cheaper, but yeah, no, it's definitely crazy how they're, you know, expanding this. But I do think, especially during summer, I think it's going to be very busy.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be overly crowded. I do, but I'm going to try to find a way.
Yeah, we're just going to find a way.
I'm going to find a way to
And
go.
you'll let us know, because you're going to vlog.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I normally will never vlog at a theme park, but you can guarantee
GoPro.
the moment I see
strap it.
Frankenstein, I'm running.
Oh, it'll be so fun to go for Halloween.
That's kind of what I kind of want to go, because I kind of want to do Horror Nights back there,
Mm-hmm.
because I've never done it back there. So
Horror Nights, but then you're also going to Dark Universe.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd never take me away.
yeah,
Ever.
I know. That's
Yeah.
how I feel. I mean, I feel that way now. I'm like, I think the moment I step into Epic Universe is the moment I'm going to be like, you have to drag me off these premises, because I cannot leave.
Drawing me off the premises. I can't leave.
I'll live in Frankenstein's Manor. What are you talking about? I'm not leaving.
God, make me a manor hotel. Make me something scary.
That
Like
would
a
be cool.
Tower of Terror. Actual hotel. Something.
See, and like, why hasn't Disney thought of that? That makes so much more sense to have just
I
like a
don't
little
think-
tiny one.
Yeah, especially because it's children. It's like, I don't think they're going to make something that's scary, even though they need to. Because I'm sorry, are the children buying the tickets? No, the adults are buying the
Yeah.
tickets. People that have jobs are buying the tickets. And I know
Yeah.
it's for kids, but like, take them to.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice your money and build something for the adults. Sometimes you just gotta
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
And one of those is doing a Tower of Terror hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think there's a lot of ideas that would be great for Disney, but I just don't think they're gonna get done.
No execution.
No, I really don't think so.
But anyways,
Anyways, the ranting about that.
I know, no, it's okay. Fun.
It is
Fun.
fun. It's gonna be exciting. I guess I could say it now because I haven't uploaded it yet.
Mhm.
I do have just an audio little portion of our podcast where I have talked about the updates more in depth, not just comparing the two of them. More in depth talking about Epic Universe if you guys are interested. I'll continue to do updates if that's something
No,
that
absolutely.
it gets popular or people just want to hear it. I'll just talk about it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to hear it. Too
Yeah.
bad.
You know what you could do is you could, like, when you put your audio over, you can make a video just strictly off of images.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
So I have some pulled up, but no, I think that would be fun doing little updates. And then obviously it's like if I am able to go, you know, whether it be like the end of July or going into August or like whenever that is, like, yeah, I'll be posting videos, like, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I would be doing the same thing. Like, hello.
Yeah, 100%.
Taking a picture with everybody. Oh, you just work here? Let me take a picture with you. Let me take a picture with you. Oh, behind the counter, you.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. One thing I will say, though, picture-wise, is I don't like how their Frankenstein looks. That's a different talk for a different day, though. But I don't like how Frankenstein's monster looks for the meet and greet, but everybody else looks cool.
Okay.
So that's another thing to discuss.
And we'll talk about
their makeup skills need to work on that. But, yeah.
And we'll talk about it.
We will.
Okay, so, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to our rant, though.
Thanks.
Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're just as excited for Epic Universe as we are.
Yeah, and let us know if you want more updates, because Trin's got that shit.
Yeah, I got you guys on lockdown. Yeah.
Maybe you can post them on your TikTok, too. We'll post some updates on the TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely could.
Yeah.
So, yeah, follow us on TikTok. Even follow us on Instagram. I could post from there just whenever things get posted by Universal Orlando.
Yeah.
Just follow us if you just want small updates, and then obviously I'll just make a bigger one that talks more in depth about what BioReconstruct is posting and just all those details for everybody. So
get on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Okay, this concludes episode 3. Let us know if you want more Epic Universe topics and talks, or maybe we could talk about maybe one of our favorite Universal monsters and why. Maybe we could talk about favorite movies from when you were a kid and why.
Yeah.
Specifically revolving around that.
Oh,
yeah. And a whole episode probably coming your way about
Universal monsters.
Universal monsters, yes. But also the rise of Universal as a studio.
Yes.
And what they have created.
That would be very fun to, yes.
And what movies have they picked and chosen to pick and chose to be a ride or to be featured in the lands, and why? Because there's so many.
100%. Yeah, I think that would be really fun, especially because there's a lot of films I feel like people don't know about.
And were they all Steven Spielberg?
Kinda.
In a way.
In a way, but not fully.
Yeah.
But that would be fun.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.